Other people recommended getting, quote, cozy things. I didn't want to get her because people were saying maybe a Squishmallow. I don't really care for them personally. I'm like, I don't think she needs that, but let's get her things she might actually need. So I got some socks.
She has made 8 videos leveraging a stranger's child and whether or not she ruined that child's Christmas for content.
If you are not a generous person, don't drag a child who is looking forward to their angel tree gifts into your performative bullshit.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Selena and today we have another angel tree video. To be festive, I wore this sweater for y'all. Let me know if you think this is hilarious because I think this is hilarious. And if you're asking, it's from Marshall's actually. I feel like I go to Marshall's once a year and they had some funny Christmas sweaters. I needed a Christmas sweater for work. Blah blah blah, okay. North Swole. It's a thirst trap. And then check out the back. I also appreciate that Mrs. Claus, where is it? Mrs. Claus is a tattoo on his arm. Look at Santa. Anyways, real quick, I'm sorry about the mess behind me. Y'all know that last video that, I guess 2 videos ago, I announced that I'm pregnant. And so I'm currently nesting and I need to figure out what to do with my current space. I always film in my nursery and yeah, it's just a lot going on. You're probably thinking, why is she buying stuff? Like, wait for the shower. You know what? Not everyone has resources, so I'm just trying to do what I can. You never want to have expectations, and I'm learning a lot from the internet, so shout out to all the folks who post their mom tips, things like that. So I'm just doing what I can, but I will fix this. Do y'all want consistency or a pretty background? You pick for now. Okay, just kidding. And also too, I wanted to thank you all so much for the kind words last video, or my last angel tree video where I announced I was pregnant. That meant so much to me. A lot of y'all were new here and a lot of y'all were just very kind, so thank you. You never know what someone's going through, and believe it or not, those kind words are nicer than what people have said to me day to day. And people that I know in person who are supposed to be nicer to me, but I digress. Let's just keep it cute, keep it positive. And speaking of which, before we get into today's video, keep it cute and respectful in the comments, okay? If not, I am obligated to tell you to take a walk and touch grass. But yeah, I mean, I feel like everyone's been overall respectful, but I'm just letting y'all know. You know what? Angel tree is a big trend on TikTok. I really want to hear your opinion down below on this because I feel like responses are split in half. Half the people are on this young lady's side, half of them are not. Real quick, drink of the day is water with lemon. What I'm also going to do is save my opinion towards the end because I really want y'all to have the full story before you go ahead and tell us your opinion down below. I kind of have maybe a controversial opinion, but y'all know that we try to give credit where credit is due. Real quick, if you're new here, welcome. We dive into messiness on the internet, and my name is Selena. If you're coming back, welcome. I missed you and I'm so glad you're here. So let's dive into the messiness for today. We have Emy MCB. She has over 18,000 followers on TikTok. Her bio says singer, podcaster, car girl from Long Island, and she sings on live every week. If you look back at her older videos, it does seem like she does a lot of her singing content. Some of it's random content, like her talking in the car or with her dog. But her most recent video went viral because of the angel tree she did. The caption says, "Me staring at the gifts I got for my angel tree girl and running through how I'd feel about receiving these items as an 11-year-old to confirm this is sufficient." And at the bottom it says, "I just want it to be her best Christmas ever. Hashtag Christmas, hashtag angel tree," or depending on how young you are, pound Christmas, pound angel tree. Oh, I need to take a nap. 4.3 million views, by the way, so there's a lot of discourse about this. Check out Emy's video. I will say, because I said that the responses are split down the middle, in my opinion, a lot of the comments under her video are not supportive of her angel tree haul. Let's just dive into the comments. It's not funny. Anyways, so someone posted their angel tree haul. People commented, that got distributed to a lot of kids to fill gaps, so big hauls are good. Yeah, someone commented that on my first angel tree video, and that was something that I didn't think about too, because right now we see a lot of influencers doing angel trees, and they have been buying a lot. Like, I saw James Charles, we saw Serena Neal last video, Becca Bloom. I saw that those influencers in particular have been buying a lot for their angels, but it is interesting because I guess the way the program is set up, they may get distributed because not everyone is buying a lot of gifts for their angels. Someone else says, just because you read a comment that says this happens doesn't mean it does, and they respond, it's a literal fact, bro, it's not a bad thing. I think it's just one of those things. I don't know the ethics about that, but if one kid gets one gift and their peer or their sibling gets 10 plus gifts, I see where the angel tree is going with that, to be honest. That doesn't make it right, that doesn't make it wrong, but it made me think about that, you know? So hopefully the angels in the Salvation Army Angel Tree program are getting things on their list. I just hope that everyone has a nice Christmas if they celebrate. Holidays for me are not that much of a good time, so I'm trying to figure out why angel tree is so hard for some of you. If you pick up a tag and your mind instantly goes to saving money, off-brand items, etc., then please don't do angel tree. It's okay to not do an angel tree gift if you can't afford it. I just want it to be her best Christmas ever. Babe, the most expensive thing is the McDonald's gift card. I know it's a thought that counts, but the angel tree really isn't for these type of gifts. This is more for a friend who needs a little help on Facebook.
I feel we have lost the plot of Angel Tree. Why did I just see a very normal Angel Tree haul and ain't the comments being dumb? Let me show you. Y'all, this is the haul. This is what she bought the little girl. They in the comments like, if you can't do it right, don't do it at all. Is this not a normal Angel Tree haul? It's like, I spent $200. This is the recommendation. The Bath & Body Works alone, that was $40 worth of Bath & Body Works. Now, the crazy art was crazy. At least get the baby some crayola.
You know what? I wasn't ready for all this messiness. Okay. Angel Tree should feel like Santa magic, not a low-budget donation. Add fun things like a Squishmallow, candy, Neatos, cooler craft supplies, and maybe throw in some better quality brands because crazy art is notoriously terrible at everything they do. Remember, these kids have little to nothing and or are going through the worst time of their lives. Don't do Angel Tree if you can't be Santa. Crazy art sucks. I'm sorry. They just do. And I'm someone that had to use that. School supply donations, I had to do that for a few years. And the crazy art, it's bad. It runs. You can't really color within the lines. I just wanted to chime in on the crazy art there. Not the full Dollar Tree haul. As a poor kid that received gifts like these, I'm glad people are sticking up for this child in the comments. Don't pick an Angel Tree kid if you're not gonna get them the 24-pack of Crayola brand pencils at least. You know what? I shop at Dollar Tree. They have some good snacks. I've seen name brand things there. I've seen different Crayola things there, so if she was at Dollar Tree, I'm not sure if that store was out, but they have a lot of Crayola options. And then also too, just even Kroger, I feel like the Crayola crayons are $1 to $2. Y'all are doing Angel Tree because it makes you feel good about yourself to be charitable and not because you actually want to help kids, and this is the result. I saw the comment you liked about how rich influencers made the expectations so high, like it's a bad thing. These kids deserve a higher bar. You literally can do anything else to help people in need that is within your budget. The Angel Tree kids are not there for us to do something to make ourselves feel better. It's about them getting the best Christmas possible, and if that is not within your possibilities, then you don't have to do it. These kids don't deserve scraps just because they're in need. Not even Crayola. She does go into detail in response and shows us exactly what she bought for her angel and what her angel asked for.
So everybody's still hating on me. I'm just giving a little video of what I actually got for the girl. We're gonna start strong. I got her the Winter Candy Apple Bath & Body Works set. I got her a body lotion because keep in mind, she wanted skincare, she wanted McDonald's, and she wanted arts and crafts. So I started strong with skincare. I got this body butter. I personally love body butter, so that's why I got this. And I also got this really cute sparkling shimmering body lotion that I also ended up actually purchasing for myself because I just thought it was really fun. So that was kind of like skincare, right? And then I went and I got some face masks, which I have personally used myself. I went to the dollar store not because I was like trying to quote be cheap. I just got them because that's where I get my face masks when I go. So I got this one, which I thought was super cute. And I got this one, which I thought was super cute. And then people were talking some mad smack about the face wash I picked also, because I wanted to stay on the skincare, because I didn't know if that meant like she wanted lotion, she wanted acne care. I got this because it matched, like it looked cute next to this. Like when I was thinking of packaging it, I just thought they looked nice together. So that's what made me pick this one. And that was really my only rationale. Then she had asked for arts and crafts. So I thought, let me get her a paint by number, because when I was younger, I really enjoyed paint by numbers, and I didn't really know her skill level, because I had gotten some when I was her age, and they were really difficult, and I didn't end up using them until I was like 16 or 17, because I don't know how good of a painter she is. And arts and crafts to me kind of inherently implies like not super professional, just kind of having fun with it. So I got her this, which I thought was pretty user-friendly. It didn't matter her skill level, she would still be able to use it. So that's why I got that. And then along that line, I also got her this because I just thought it would be fun, like a keychain, because I thought arts and crafts, you know, this is adorable little dolphin. And then it's something that when you go to school after winter break, you can put it on your backpack and be like, I got this for Christmas. You know what I mean? Like I used to do stuff like that. Oh, also with skincare, I got her acne patches, which I was really proud of because I enjoy acne patches as well. When I was younger, someone commented that these were not a good brand. I didn't realize that, but I just got them because I thought they were fun. So then the drawing pad, I have purchased these drawing pads for myself as well. I think they're fine quality, especially for just sketching. And again, like I said, she said craft, so I think she's a casual crafter. And it was really funny, someone commented, I've gotten those and they're paper thin. I'm like, as we recall, they are paper. So I think that's okay, that paper is paper thin. Moving along, then the iconic colored pencils that everybody has literally been coming at my neck and giving me death threats for. I bought these. The reason I did not buy Crayola was because Crayola at the store, they just happen to have 10 in a pack, and these had 12. And my pastor's wife had said to me, like, keep in mind that these kids probably don't have any art equipment already, so get stuff that's all inclusive, which is also why I really like to pay my number, because it has the paint and the brushes included in case she doesn't have brushes. And I was like, let me just get her the one with the more colors. The more colors, the merrier, right? So that's why I got this brand. I didn't think anything of it. I have no idea, like, I don't really know brands well. I don't know what brand my childhood pencils were. I didn't think it was that bad, you know? Like, as if she had said, I want art supplies specifically, I would have maybe gone more for more serious art supplies, like, but she said crafts again, and crafts to me say casual. And then I got her this McDonald's gift card, and I got it on $15. People are gonna talk smack and say I didn't put enough on it, but I got $15 because I asked the lady at the store, like, I don't eat meat. I haven't eaten meat in 10 years. So I said, what's like an average sandwich cost? And she said like $3. So I was like, okay, so I'll get 5 of them for her, which I think is nice. So whatever. Again, I spent about $65 on all of this, and everybody is telling me I didn't spend enough, but the pastor's wife had recommended $50 to $80. So I was, I think, in the window. But anyway, that's what I got. I'll do a part 2 of what I also got now after some recommendations. Okay, so here's just an update of some things I got for my Angel Tree Girl, as per recommended by many of you. I did finally go. Since everybody wanted to kill me for these colored pencils, I did it. I went and got Crayola. Please let me sleep tonight. I got the Crayola. I was proud of these pencils. I thought these were fine. I'll use them. I don't know. Then I got more Crayola stuff. I got this molding clay. But wait, there's more. I got more Crayola things. I got scented markers. Fun. I think this is lovely. And if that makes her happier at being name brand, I'm happy to do that. So continuing on with the skincare, I then went and got this body scrub, which I already had purchased, which you guys saw in my last video, the whole body set from Bath & Body Works, which includes a body wash, shimmering body lotion, body butter. But I figured let's take it one step further. Let's really spoil her. And we got the mistletoe body scrub. I love body scrubs as well, so I was happy to get this as well, and I'm sure she'll like it. Other people recommended getting, quote, cozy things. I didn't want to get her because people were saying maybe a squishmallow. I don't really care for them personally. I'm like, I don't think she needs that, but let's get her things she might actually need. So I got some socks. Fun. Another pair. Fun. Can't go wrong with socks. Always need them. And as the finale, I also got her just a pajama set. Because, again, she'll definitely use it. I mean, as long as it fits her right, which I'm sure it will based on the size that was listed. I was reluctant at first. This is cute. This, little pants. I was reluctant at first to get pajamas or any type of clothes because I wasn't really sure. Like, you don't know what people want, I don't know what kind of 11-year-old she is. Is she like what style is she, But that's what I ended up getting in addition to what I already purchased, which was some face washes, some face masks, some little pimple patches. I had gotten her a paint by number. I got her a make your own keychain. I got her a drawing pad, but now she has plenty of drawing items for it. And then I also got her this McDonald's gift card. So guys, if that's not enough, I don't know what to say, but I hope this is over.
I just want to say death threats are never okay. I don't know why people keep doing that. Y'all need to stop that. If you don't agree with someone, just threatening someone's life is never okay. Side note, do you think she looks like Meghan Trainor if Meghan Trainor was brunette? Okay, let me know in the comment section down below. Nice, fine, whatever. All good words to describe Christmas gifts. I have never heard "I" so many times in such a small time frame. Since it's all about you, just return the tag. Have someone else get her stuff and you keep all that for yourself. Don't do Angel Tree again. Angel Tree is not something you do on a budget. If you can't afford to spoil these kids, let someone else do it. $15 at McDonald's, barely enough for a singular meal. This was a tough watch. All I'm hearing is me, 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 me. Angel Tree is optional. People need to stop doing it just for online clout. These kids are real people who deserve the world. Please don't do Angel Tree again if you're going to project your wants over the child's wants. That's not what Angel Tree is about. It's about the angel and their wishes. This is where I get mine when I do my face masks. Now, what would a little girl in 2025 want?
The dollar store Angel Tree drama. On one hand, I do think that this shopper did the wrong thing by buying body lotion when the girl asked for skincare. Like, she asked for skincare, okay? She didn't ask for body lotion. And I do think that the gifts probably should have been better quality than Dollar Tree items. You're told what the budget is going to look like when you sign up for Angel Tree. So if you're really budget conscious, which I understand if that's you, then maybe you're not going to be an Angel Tree shopper this year. I think going to, Michael's and Target for the skincare and the arts and crafts stuff, that would have netted a much better result for this kid with what she's asking for Christmas than the dollar store. Because, my concern with the dollar store is, A, I think it's a little bit tacky. B, it's not going to be, better quality. It's not going to last as long. The colored pencils aren't going to be as pigmented. And it's gonna hurt the kids' feelings if they realize this from the dollar store, I'm not saying that all of this backlash is deserved or anything. I'm just saying, you should get the kids what they asked for. It's about giving them a really good Christmas. And yeah, everyone always says it's the thought that counts, but if you're not gonna give the kid what they wanted, what thought are you having?
Ray and the Last Dragon also covered this situation, and I did see some of the comments under her video, and that was where I saw that people were in support of Emy. So I just want to read some of those comments. I think policing someone else's charity work is inappropriate. Name brand doesn't mean anything. People are just too materialistic. She got the items the child wanted, so what's the problem? If anyone who's really, quote, poor, unquote, had a problem with this gift, they are not really poor. When someone owes you nothing, spends 60 to 70 bucks on you from their own money, you better appreciate it or hand the gift back for someone who will appreciate it. People are too used to watching the rich influencers doing Angel Tree. I think she did fine. People need to realize name brand is just name brand junk. The backlash was ridiculous. She got what the kid asked for and stuck with the budget. It was fine. People are hung up on the squishmallow. The kid did not even ask for one. So much outrage lately about Angel Tree. Maybe it's time for this program to end. Obviously too much entitlement attached to the demands. I was an Angel Tree kid. We don't care about name brands. We had nothing, so we appreciated anything. This ridiculous nitpicking will make someone not want to help at all. I think what she did was plenty. I don't see the issue. $65 is a lot of money. $65 is a lot of money, but you can use that same amount and get something better the kid would actually like. Bath & Body Works isn't skincare. You can get a Bubble Kid set for like $30. I bet the people commenting did not even participate in Angel Tree.
I asked the experts what they thought about this whole debacle of an angel tree. And there's 30 high school students that I asked this for. And y'all are going to be surprised in what they thought. Overall, they said this was perfection. They said, great job. They would have loved to got this as an 11-year-old. And they said, let me just read you some of the quotes. It is sufficient for an 11-year-old that this is fine. If she asked for brand specific, it would be different. But even that art student said that these color pencils are fine. They would use these color pencils. This drawing pad is fine. They said maybe more of a drawing book instead of a drawing pad. But again, for an 11-year-old, they were good with it. She would have nothing if it wasn't for the person adopting. Several of them said that. They also said that while they don't like going into Bath & Body Works, that they love the products. And I can contest. These kids be spraying Bath & Body Works all the time. 11-year-olds don't need skincare. So what she got is fine. Pimple patches and these face masks, they said were really good face masks, that they would love to have them. And they said the reason it's controversial is because of influencers. The girl said that these were all really good scents, that this was a good scent, and they would have loved to get this. Several of the kids said that they would love to make this. My high school students said that you did a great job. I know that the original creator has been bullied. I think that the kid that's going to receive all of this is going to love it.
The girl wanted skincare. She got her body care. This backlash will make regular people not want to participate, and most people who give gifts are regular, not rich influencers. I think people missed she was 11, not 15. A preteen doesn't need intense skincare. She was perfectly fine and stayed in budget. People were saying she should have gotten a bigger gift card. Her haul wasn't winning any awards, but I think it was totally fine. I'm middle class and would buy these things for my child. I also love supplementing gifts and filling stockings with Dollar Tree, Five Below stuff. People are too obsessed with name brands. I feel like all of this is going to deter people from doing Angel Tree at all. I feel like those gifts are fine. They know they don't have to do Angel Tree if they can't afford it, right? This is why we don't brag about our good deeds / works. Evil is out there looking to slap you down, and through so much done so easily these days. Why can't the church get Angel Tree gifts? They get people's money every Sunday. The preacher is buying The preacher is buying $1 million houses and driving BMW. They can afford to do Angel Tree. That's enough comments for now, but I did want to highlight the back and forth that a lot of people are having in the comments, and just the fact that there's so many nuances to this situation. It's way different than the cookie dough Angel Tree situation we talked about last time, but there's still more tea to get into. So Emy makes a few more videos in regards to this situation. She even pokes fun about the fact that it's important to get Crayola and not the crazy art supplies. So she is in the store doing that. But she has a statement that she had written and in response to all of the backlash. So I'll play that here.
For the past 24 hours, I have been relentlessly harassed for buying off-brand colored pencils for an Angel Tree gift. Anyone who doesn't know, for background, I posted a video of a gift that I got for a girl at my church as part of an Angel Tree program. She wanted arts, crafts, skincare, and McDonald's. I purchased what I thought I myself would have enjoyed at her age, and the internet felt that I did not spend enough time or money and has has certainly let me know. While admittedly feeling very discouraged and in the moments very angry at personal attacks on my character, I have to remember that the same people who impulsively are ripping me apart with no awareness of who I am, my intentions, or the recommended requirements of this donation program, which, by the way, the recommended spending rate was $50 to $80. I spent just about $65, are the same people who crucified a perfect man. I will not be apologizing for what I chose to purchase, as I know where my heart was and I know that my intentions were good, but I would like to acknowledge the extremely strong feelings that this video unearthed in some people. Comments and DMs and response videos from people calling me performative, privileged, saying that they were Angel Tree kids themselves, and then going as far as to tell me to F myself or KILL myself. I feel reflected more so resentment from their difficult upbringing or lives more than they had anything to do with me or what was on my table. I pray that they find healing in their hearts and that they can take a second to reflect inwardly rather than being so quick to attack a person who is really just trying to help. With that being said, I thank those who stood up for me and who sent encouraging suggestions, many of which I have taken to heart and into consideration. Those who said terrible things, I am compartmentalizing in my brain that they are looking out for the best interests of the girl rather than having any actual hatred towards me. I truly do want the girl to have a wonderful Christmas, more than anybody. And though things like name brands were never on my radar, I just wasn't raised like that. I never even considered the brand. I will be making 2 videos relating to this, including one showing what I already have and why I chose to get it for her and why I feel like it was appropriate, and another with some updated items based on some loving suggestions. I hope that the takeaway from this video will be that we do not lose sight of what Christmas really is by equating love and care with name brands and consumerism. I hope that this child loves what she ends up getting and everyone on this app learns to love their neighbor. Thank you guys. Merry Christmas.
Since I've been reading a lot of comments, I'm just gonna place some of these comments here. It is pretty messy, like, people are saying, why'd you need a script for this? They're saying, now you're bringing Jesus into it. You could have done way better and gotten so much more for $65. These kids are already used to cheap dollar store gifts. Your heart was in the right place, but if you immediately go to the Dollar Tree, that doesn't match up. Through the comments, I did find that she released a Christmas song, and so I wasn't sure, and a lot of people weren't sure if this was a whole rage bait situation, because a lot of her content was maybe mostly her musician stuff, right? And then it would have like other random things sprinkled in, but now she releases a Christmas song. So was this whole situation, just capitalizing off of that to bring more attention to her songs? I don't know. A lot of people were mean about it, saying that her songs suck. Someone else said in the comments, though, that she ended up making an Amazon wish list so a lot of her audience can buy the gifts for her angel tree because they said her angel tree wasn't good enough, essentially. So you can see that she does go back to the store and buy some of these gifts, or she's showing more gifts like the tree hut body scrub. That was kind of confusing. I couldn't find the details in that, but a lot of people were saying that there was an Amazon wish list for her viewers to buy Emy's angels more gifts. I can't find a specific Amazon link, but I think she confirms it when she responds to this question when they said, why did you block Dawn after you got the gifts she sent? Emy says, because she sent a passive-aggressive note to my house with those gifts. Another comment also confirms that people were sending gifts to her house because they said, yay, the 2 squishmallows I got were delivered. I hope she loves them. And so when she does this angel tree haul part 2, I kind of wonder if some of those items were from that Amazon wish list, like the tree hut body scrub, etc. I do want to dive into other people's input on here before I get into my opinion, because there were a lot of things that I didn't think of that I think made me think a little bit more. And I'd like to hear your opinion too. But this one video in particular, it made me think about the addition of the other videos that Emy has put out after this whole angel tree situation.
Here's how I know that the woman who bought Christmas presents for her angel tree child from the dollar store didn't have good intentions. I know that's a wild first sentence for a video. If you're not following, there is a relatively small creator, but who's gotten millions and millions of views this week because she had a little girl with an angel tree gift list, and she basically did a haul where she showed that she bought her everything off-brand. So she bought, off-brand colored pencils and off-brand face masks. And in the comment section, a lot of people came through on her initial video and basically said, like, as this child, please don't participate if you're going to participate and then get the child all off-brand things. And of course, she has made response videos about how she had the best intentions and she wants to give this little girl the best Christmas ever. The reason why I felt confident opening my video questioning her intention is that if you know me, you know that I run a marketing agency, which is best known for viral social media content. Whenever someone is thrown into controversy on TikTok, the most telling thing about their intentionality and their character is the videos that follow. Do I think it's possible that her initial intentionality in picking an angel tree child to sponsor, do I think it's possible that she has some internalized, unexamined classism where she imagines that this child would rather get dollar store face masks than none at all and thought that she was being generous and charitable? I think it's possible that absolutely possible, that her initial intentionality was good. She has made 8 videos leveraging a stranger's child and whether or not she ruined that child's Christmas for content. That is what gets under my skin. We're not only leveraging children when we show their face online. This is a child who made this wish list, and she has made 8 videos. And as I said, and all different kinds of videos, hauls, trend videos, videos with trending music. When people say, like, is this your whole personality now? Like, she is trying to grow followers, views, and as I always tell you, personal account, over 10,000 followers, likely monetization. Talking about, did I or didn't I ruin a little girl's Christmas? Get out of town.
Someone says, in my early teens, I was volunteering at a DV safe house, cleaning rooms for incoming women. I thought I did a pretty decent job on this room, but then the supervisor came in and showed me how to sweep between the carpet and baseboards to really get it clean. In my head, I thought, seriously, won't they just be so happy to be in a safe place? Why go through the extra trouble? And as if she read my mind, she says, these women deserve to have the cleanest possible space we can provide. This helps them feel secure and be able to relax. This has stuck with me for the rest of my life. People in need deserve the same level of care as everyone else. And when they can't provide it for themselves, it's up to our community to step in and help, not figure out how to do the least possible, but the most. The Squishmallow comment pissed me off. She basically said she wants a Squishmallow, but I don't like them, so I don't see why she needs it. It's not for you. Every time I see someone mention this, it upsets me so much. My daughters love their Squishmallows, not just because their friends have them, but they bring them so much joy, and my younger sleeps with hers, and the comfort a stuffed animal can bring. To skip that part. Also, you can get them at low price points. Honestly, I have a Squishmallow, and I actually did thrift it from Goodwill, and I washed it, but it's a cute little carrot. It brings me joy, so I get it. Y'all are messy. I was not ready for this. It's the girl who looks like this, if anyone is curious. Where is he from? Is he from The Office? I haven't seen all of The Office. Only person I trust is Serena.
Giving a gift to a child in need is not a zero-sum game. I really appreciate Holly sharing her story on this last post where she said, I grew up in extreme poverty. Our Christmas presents came from donations made to the Rotary Club. We got heavily used broken toys and dirty clothes. It made me feel like everybody hated me. First of all, Holly, I'm so sorry that this was your experience. And I really appreciate you sharing it because it brings an important nuance to the conversation, which is the point that I started with at the top of the video, that this idea that a child only has 2 options, that they are given not what they asked Santa for, because it's what the gift giver could or would accommodate, or nothing, is not actually the way that gift giving to children at this time of year needs to be set up, right? So the first thing we need to do is parse out what we are and what we are not talking about wholeheartedly. I am not in any way, shape, or form talking about or demeaning the superhuman efforts of parents in this economy who are finding a way this month to food, shelter, keep warm, and buy presents for your children. Do I absolutely think, is it a value that was instilled in me and a value that will be instilled in my children, that you don't turn your nose up at whether or not the present that you receive is this brand or that brand. Like, the conversation of the choices that parents need to make, choose to make, and how they message those to their children is something that I wholeheartedly respect. And that's actually completely separate from this conversation about the dignity of people to whom you have chosen to extend yourself to in a charitable way, right? Because when I say that it's not a zero-sum game, there are these comments that are like, well, would you rather that child get no presents? We're not actually living in this binary situation where the child is selected by someone who chooses to get them approximations or the child gets no presents. Theoretically, those are two scenarios. There's a third scenario that someone who wants to get that child exactly what she asks for picks up the card. And someone whose intention is to not honor the child's wishes, in fact, prevents that third scenario from happening, right? And so there's some comments that center the economic reality of the giver by saying, would you rather us not give anything at all? And first of all, that's not that's way beyond my decision for anyone to say what they want to do. Do I think that there are solutions if you want to give and you see that the card that you would want to select, you actually don't have capacity to give in that capacity? Could it be something where a collective of families come together and donate to one wish list? I'm actually doing that with a group of families in my community. That's also something that's happening at my daughter's dance school. Could it be a scenario where you give a small monetary donation to an organization? For example, we think about food banks. We think about the difference between giving cans of food that was another comment in the comment section that like no one would actually want to eat. Versus giving a small monetary donation to the food bank, which they could probably make go much further. One of the most liked comments on that post in this moment is a woman sharing a learning lesson for her that she was volunteering at a domestic violence shelter, and she had like decently cleaned a room. And the supervisor came in and showed her how she could clean the baseboards. And she said that it was as though the supervisor read her mind, that she was kind of like, we're already giving these people shelter. What do you mean I need to clean the baseboards? And the supervisor said to her that part of providing a safe space is a space that is so clean and so excellent that it shows how much you respect the people who are staying there, because respect is part of safety. Now back to the original woman, not Holly, the woman who has been posting so many videos. She had an initial choice of whether or not to participate. She had a choice in whether or not to, in good faith, purchase the items that the little girl asked for. She had a choice in whether or not she posted the initial video. She had a choice in whether or not she posted a response video. She had a choice in, once people came through and tried to educate her, what gifts she did or did not to try and give the other little girl. She had a choice of whether or not she was going to make TikTok trend-driven content to push out her song affiliated with this little girl's story and the controversy that she was stoking. All of these things were her choice. And none of these choices seem to uphold the dignity of the little girl. And that is why this conversation is garnering so much attention. It's not to shame people who give. It's not to shame people who give what they can. It's not to say that giving what you can is not valuable. I do think that there is a valuable conversation worth agitating and worth having about if your perspective on giving is you wouldn't have anything else otherwise, so I'm going to give you this throwaway. It's important to hear stories like Holly's and how that lands for those children, which again is not to demean people who are giving all that they can in good faith. It is to be a thought starter for someone who says, I'm going to give them this because it's better than nothing, with a really acidic sort of perspective on the person who they chose to help.
I volunteered at the Salvation Army Angel Tree Distribution Center and was shook in two ways. The amount of people who took the time to thoughtfully buy these children what they asked for, the need and a wish, and more, brought me to the verge of tears. But the amount of people who literally bought junk, nothing on the need and wish list, off-brand crap they wouldn't buy their own children, broke my heart. Why even participate? Thankfully, there was more kindness than cheapness. When people buy crap, hard set on this word, Salvation Army lets us go shopping in the donation bins, which had amazing toys, clothes, shoes, books, that people chose to donate instead of adopting an angel or did both. So please know that if you cannot adopt an angel, One donated gift makes a huge difference to what that child can receive. Also, Salvation Army is always looking for volunteers to help with the distribution of these gifts. 4 hours of your time helps them so much. That's very interesting too, because you never know what people are buying for their angels. But I think that comment's very important. If you're not buying or donating this year, just volunteering your time can be a huge difference. Whether it's with Salvation Army or a food pantry, a shelter, any time, money, or effort helps. As someone who grew up in poverty and is decently well off now, I'm constantly trying to change the narrative of beggars can't be choosers. This who are poor are also deserving of good quality things. The way that most people view the poor is absolutely terrible. For all we know, there literally is no child. I don't like her vibe. Something about her seems sneaky. She could have literally just deleted it, learned something, and moved on. But no, it's all engagement farming now. Can we also talk about how her song is objectively bad? She is just rage baiting for clout. And dropped a really bad song the next day. Y'all are going in on that song. I noticed she tried making a few videos with different content that didn't get a lot of engagement. So she immediately went back to posting about the angel tree, knowing those would get more views. She is really dragging it out now, truly disheartening. It does seem like she's making a lot of angel tree videos, but then now, during the time of filming this, she has made other content.
If you are not a generous person, don't drag a child who is looking forward to their angel tree gifts into your performative bullshit. The point of angel tree is to get exactly what it is that you want for once, to be a little spoiled once a year. If you can't get them what they are asking for, leave the tag on the tree. Don't come to this app and say, come with me to the dollar store to shop for my angel tree brokey. If your vibe is, well, they're poor and they're lucky to be getting anything whatsoever, so like if I just kind of half-ass it, they'll be fine. Like, they're poor. Just don't do it. And just the way she was talking about all of the gifts, like, if it doesn't bring you joy, the idea of this girl opening up her gifts and being like, oh my God, I got everything I wanted. And it's just like you're ticking things off of a box just so that there are things for her to unwrap, as if that's not exactly what we're trying to avoid here. It's bizarre. You're doing it for yourself. You're just doing it for the content. And I don't care if you do it for the content as long as the kids are getting everything that they want and then some. Don't drag us along on your like bah humbug bullshit. Get out of here.
So now that we heard from other creators, I do think this is a very nuanced situation, but overall, it just looks bad, Emy. They say all publicity is good publicity, I guess. I don't know. Let's just give her some kudos real quick, and then I have some things to remember, aka my room for improvement section. I just have some notes, because this is one of those situations where I feel like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And so I just think there's some good and bad that comes with this whole angel tree situation and posting it on TikTok, especially if you're just a regular person. You're not one of those rich influencers like James Charles, Becca Bloom. So in just giving her some grace, I will say it could be her first time doing this. It sounds like it was an event with her church, so I don't know if she's ever bought gifts for an angel before or even bought other people a gift before. Sorry, but it did feel like that. I also think it's different buying a gift for a stranger and also buying a gift for a kid. She had an 11-year-old, so I don't know if she has kids in her family, but that could be new to her as well. Just because I'm giving her kudos doesn't mean I'm on her side. I'm just, you know. A lot of people said that we're just used to rich influencers buying a bunch of gifts for their angel trees, so seeing someone that's a regular person buying for an angel tree is unheard of in a way. I think it could also be perceived that since she's not buying like a bunch of fancy skincare, it could look bad in a way. And also too, I know that the angels have help from their parents or guardians and then the Salvation Army program to help be specific with their wish list. But I will say the wish list was kind of vague. It just said skincare, crafts, and McDonald's. I'm not perfect, and I'm not saying I'm a pro at buying for an angel tree, but for an 11-year-old, skincare, I feel like that could be something to be researched. So maybe she didn't research that because, you know, what 11-year-old needs skincare, but I do think that's something that's a trend nowadays. And I don't know what kind of 11-year-old crafts are out there. I assume they can use scissors. This is kind of funny because, like, me pregnant, it's like, oh, what kind of 11-year-old, whatever. But I will say I don't think she did research. I feel like she just took the angel tree tag and then just bought random stuff. But then again, okay, I'll get to my other section. And technically, people who have not donated to Salvation Army or have not bought an angel tree, anything this year, you know, I do see what people are saying, like, y'all can't be talking. Okay, now my other points. And I do want to say, you know, like we say in every video, don't send hate to anyone in this video. Really, this is just a discussion. I don't think this is the worst angel tree that I've ever seen. I do feel like Emy did different things. I don't see any harm in trying to get more bang for your buck, but I don't think that we should just run to the Dollar Tree. I don't know this lady's finances though. Is she a starving artist or is she fine? Did she just immediately go straight to the Dollar Tree? I do think it looks bad though, releasing her song and making several videos after the fact when this whole thing happened. Like, I think she could have done like 1 to 2 response videos, but she just kept doing all kinds of angel tree content afterwards, so I do think it kind of looks bad, to be honest. My first point is your attitude does change the way that your audience perceives you. I feel like one thing that people forget is that the majority of your audience will have discernment. They can see right through you, okay? And especially because they're not in the same situation as you. To be honest, I feel like the average person can see if you're being genuine or not in your videos. That's also kind of why I think it's interesting about the Christmas song, how that was conveniently published. Some of the comments have said she did say a lot of I and me in her videos. Maybe giving gifts are not her love language, but it did seem like, oh, I didn't like that as a kid, so I didn't get that for her. Oh, when I was 11, I loved this, so I'm gonna give it to her. You know, times have changed, you know, since she was 11. When I was 11, I was probably just playing with my skip hop. If I was 11 now, I feel like I would just be an iPad kid. It's just different nowadays. So I think with that said, doing some sort of quick research on her phone would have helped, or her computer. It did seem like she got different gifts from different stores. We know Bath & Body Works, we know Dollar Tree. Unless she already got the Bath & Body Works Black Friday sale and then gave her angel tree that. Nonetheless, she did have options. So sometimes people don't know when you go buy things for an angel tree, you can go to different stores. She already did that, so I feel like that was just a missed opportunity. If you're saying stuff like, I don't like Squishmallows, so I didn't get her that, I got her this instead because I think it's more practical, that sentence alone comes off as, you know, you're just kind of making this whole situation about you. Yes, practical is awesome. Doing a practical gift is always great, in my opinion, now that I'm older. But, I mean, it's an 11-year-old. It's an angel. Whatever's on their list. If you wanted to do something extra, it doesn't have to be a Squishmallow. It doesn't have to be pajamas. Maybe you could do something extra in the craft section, in the McDonald's section, or in the skincare section. I also wanted to say, documenting your good deeds, that can just be performative in general, because whether you're giving money to a houseless person off the street, that could still look like exploitation, whether or not you're blurring their face and protecting their identity. But it can just look one of two ways. It looks like you're doing this for clout. Would you have done that if you didn't have a camera? Or number 2, you're exploiting them on purpose or intentional, in my opinion. And so with this whole angel tree drama, if that is your content, I think you just know the internet's going to tear you apart in a way. Like her video, I think she wasn't directly asking for feedback, but she was saying, me thinking if 11-year-old me would think this is enough. I do think low-key, maybe she was asking for validation from her audience, like, oh yeah, if I was 11, I would love that. If that's the case, Emy, that did not work out the way you anticipated.
And I also wanted to say several things can be true at once. Yes, it's great that someone participates in an angel tree program. However, if the consideration is not there for the child on what they requested, and it seems like she only got more stuff because her audience paid for it through her Amazon wishlist link, and then she drops her song, it's just a series of events that don't line up, and it just makes it look worse. So that makes me feel like Emy didn't even have the right heart to do this in the first place. She could totally use her donations elsewhere to better help folks. So whether it's donating to the Toys for Tots program or volunteering at a food bank, a kitchen, it just looks bad. At the end of the day, I do hope her angel has a good Christmas, but yeah.
I don't agree with the death threats. I don't agree with, you know, people being nasty and stuff, but I do think we can have respectful suggestion. And so it seems like she took to the feedback well. She's like, you guys said I needed to do more, so I did this. When she did do that, like the body scrub, it didn't seem like maybe it was necessarily what her angel wanted. And I say this as someone who has bought groceries as gifts. And in the past, if my husband ever watches this, he doesn't watch my videos, but I will call myself out now. I've gotten him stuff in his stocking that I've wanted to try. So I'm not saying I'm the best gift giver, but I will say I've learned. And if I were to do an angel tree, I think I would do a little bit more research about what an 11-year-old girl skincare routine would look like, or what kind of crafts an 11-year-old does. Not everyone's perfect. Not everyone's going to have the quote-unquote perfect angel tree. We don't know what this angel really wants, but I do think just a little bit more consideration could have happened. And now I do think I'm better at getting gifts from my husband. Just saying. Just saying. And I heard I'm a good gift giver in general. I love skincare. If y'all have seen my past videos, I just love it. And so I will say the pimple patches that Emy got, I think that's great. I did look up that brand, and that was from the Dollar Tree. So she got a lot of stuff from the Dollar Tree. I'm not going to say that's wrong, but I do think that maybe we could have shifted more of our focus onto other things. Because like the McDonald's thing, unfortunately with how expensive things are, I may have been to McDonald's once or twice since I've been pregnant and craving things. And I do think $15, depending on what that 11-year-old girl would want, that could be one combo and then maybe a thing or two off of the value menu, or if she got several things off of the value menu. I don't know the perfect amount, but since Bath & Body Works is body care and not necessarily skincare, maybe I would have not bought that. Just put that money onto the McDonald's gift card and then do the pimple patches. I think that's a great idea. Maybe just like a face wash, because I don't think an 11-year-old needs a lot. A face wash, a moisturizer, and sunscreen, or a lip balm. You could have done like Elf Beauty, or if you wanted to be super safe and just do whatever fragrance free is available. I know I'm saying this is what I like, but CeraVe is very safe, to be honest, because it's most likely fragrance free. Or if you wanted to do whatever's at Walmart, to be honest, like Neutrogena, or if you did, I don't know, L'Oreal lip balm. There's a lot of options. If you did go to Ulta or Sephora, I know a lot of the ordinary products are pretty affordable. As far as crafts, thinking of gifts for the crafts, I do not know. I do think paint by numbers, like, I don't think that was that bad. If you wanted to supplement that, I feel like, in my opinion, that's fine. Because also too, you know, we can find name brands at other stores, like Ollie's Bargain Outlet. They have a lot of stuff. I got a Eucerin body wash from there before. I was just there. I got Reese's animal crackers. I got Reese's pretzels. But they have all kinds of stuff. They do have Tree Hut body scrubs that I got there. So it really just depends if you want to stretch your dollar. For the average person, if you can afford it, do it. But I do think if you can put more money in 2 to 3 presents and then supplement the rest, that's fine. I know in this economy, a lot of people are trying to find ways to save money. And I have seen skincare dupes and videos from Dollar Tree, and a lot of people are doing that, but I just think if you're buying a gift for a stranger, especially for an angel tree, and especially for a child,
Let's just avoid that if we can.
You know what? A lot of kids at school, they're doing all kinds of stuff. They're probably in other tax brackets. I remember when I was in 8th grade, a lot of the girls had like Hollister swimsuits. And they had like, you guys remember when putting a braid in your hair was like really popular, but you would get that done at a hairstylist? That kind of stuff. You never know what this angel's classmates are doing or what skincare products they're talking about. So that's just something to think about. Other than that, that's the drama for today's video. What do y'all think? I'd really like to hear your opinion down below. Do you feel like Emy's angel tree haul was fine? Do you feel like she could have tweaked a few things? Or do you feel like it just sucked? Either way, I hope her angel has a good Christmas. And if you celebrate, I hope you have a good Christmas. That's the tea for today. As always, thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. If you don't, I just appreciate you being here. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye!